All right, so I apologize for getting to this kind of late because the Capcom showcase was on Monday, this past Monday, and sadly, I would have streamed myself reacting to it, but I had to work during the showcase and it made me very sad. And then, of course, like work, it tires me out and it took me a while. I couldn't even get to it Tuesday. I was just too tired to do any recording or anything, so I'm gonna do it today. Gonna upload it along with like the stuff for the PC gaming showcase. So now there, no one, people have been pretty good about not spoiling me for this. I've seen some specs of stuff here and there that might suggest there's probably going to be something good in here. So let's just see what it is. Things that actually appeal to my interest, because I am a fan of Capcom stuff. There's a lot of IPs that Capcom does. I am a big fan of, especially like Resident Evil, Dragon's Dogma, especially, and Mega Man. It's other stuff, but not as much. But let me go ahead and play this. I'm watching GameSpot's things. I thought maybe Capcom had a thing for their showcase on their channel, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm watching GameSpot's here. All right, let's go. Whoa, that's loud. Gotta turn that down. Holy shit. Capcom. Okay, Street Fighter, Monster Hunter, Resident Evil, Ace Attorney. I think I need to turn this down. It's like really loud.
Hello,
Here we go.
Welcome to the Capcom Showcase, where we'll share exciting new updates on our upcoming games. We have some surprises in store and hope you enjoy the show.
I actually wonder, I'm kind of hoping they show, okay, of course they're going to start with Monster Hunter. I hope they show some more of that Resident Evil 4 remake stuff.
Producer of the Monster Hunter series.
So this is really fucking cool, and I'm interested in playing it, but I've been so behind on Monster Hunter Rise. Like, I played quite a bit of Rise and then I just sort of dropped it because like there's too much else that came out, and Monster Hunter requires quite a bit of dedication. Like, I played World and like burned like more than 300 hours on World, but and I got addicted to Rise for a while, but it's just a lot to keep up with. And I was told this is expansion, Sunbreak, and they do give you like OP gear to help you quickly level through like the base content so that you can get through this. But I don't know. I love Monster Hunter, but like it's just yeah, there's too many games. So obviously we have some new things added. I'm not familiar with they're pretty good about adding monsters from older Monster Hunter series into some of the new games. Oh, we have the crab one. I think the crab one, I don't know if the crab is new or oh, they have like a mantis too? Huh. Or something like that. I don't know if those are from older Monster Hunter games, but they're pretty good about adding like new versions of the older monsters into like these newer entries, which is really cool. Like, you get to see updated versions of the monsters. I forgot the name of that thing. Nargacuga, which I like. So these are all from base Rise. It looks like they're adding well, I don't know if these already, because I've been behind on Rise for a while, so they probably added like stuff from World too. Oh yeah, a different type of oh, what was this thing called? This is the Oni thing with the blade arms. This is from an older game. I can't remember the names of all these things, but it's really fucking cool. A Gormagala? I think it's called Gormagala. Oh, the location they're fighting in looks cool too. Nice. So I don't know, I'd have to have a lot of spare time and finish all the fucking games that I'm already playing before I even decide to tackle this. I think by that time they probably have all the updates to Sunbreak.
Area that debuted in the second generation of Monster Hunter games is back in Sunbreak. You'll notice that the
The jungle.
changes over time.
I
It's a
think
nostalgic
the
area that both
jungle
veteran
was
hunters
in
and new players are
4?
sure to enjoy. And of course, we've
And maybe
updated
some
the
older
jungle with
ones.
new elements and endemic life specifically for its
Some of
return
that
to
reminds me of
Sunbreak.
World too, like the
Longtime
desert
fans
area.
can look forward to exploring the devastated ruins around the coastal area.
Nice. I do miss me playing. I was a great sword user. I miss the gameplay a lot. I do like I like ARPGs a lot. Like, so if I had nothing else to play, I would be playing this definitely.
Quiet life and sleeps peacefully, but when it senses danger nearby, it
Sleeping
explodes into a
peacefully while
rampage.
people whack on its head with swords.
Espionage has a two-faced nature that can be extremely dangerous.
I mean, that's a great thing. Oh yeah, Gorma. The great thing about this game is learning the different like patterns of all the different monsters and how to deal with them. Learning their behaviors.
With black scales and sensitive wing membranes used to sense the presence of prey. As
So
Gormaga's
badass, too.
sensing ability increases, its two horns change form and it enters the frenzy state.
Which reminds me of Nergigantes. Well, I mean, a lot of monsters have a powered up state that they enter. Not all of them do, but some of them have like this you know, frenzied form that they enter. Nergigante had one. There's a bunch of other ones too. Spicy Pickle. I forgot the name of him. Devil Joe. I don't know if they added Devil Joe to this yet or not. I could have swore they did. I mean, why not? Because he appears in like almost everything.
Watch the following video.
Of course, they have like really awesome gear and weapons. Like I've seen the armors and stuff for Sunbreak, and they're amazing looking, of course. Training quest. They had I guess World had some sort of training quests. New Silkbind attacks. And there's that thing, which is the new big bad for Sunbreak, I believe. They also had a different, I thought they had like a wolf thing looking thing for Sunbreak, or was that like a different one I'm thinking of?
In the jungle locale introduced today.
Cause I swore they had something that looked like oh, what the fuck's his name?
The new switch skill swap system as well as new Silkbind attacks will be available for play. We'll have a few tutorial quests available for new players that will teach you the basic mechanics and moves. After mastering the basics, you'll be ready to take on other monsters in the demo to test your skills. For veteran hunters, an advanced quest will also be available where you can take on an extra challenging version of Sunbreak's flagship monster, Malzeno.
Malzeno is the name of it, huh?
Supports multiplayer for up to 4 players, and there's no limit to the number of times you can attempt quests.
Yeah, I wish I could play it. It's such like a long haul game though. Oh.
Also, we would like for you to keep 2 things in
It's such a shame that I have an interest in like outside of survival horror. I really like ARPGs and some JRPGs, but those are like games that some of them take forever and a lot of dedication and time, and it's just like I wish I had the time to spend on all of these wonderful games. I just don't.
We plan to release a number of free title updates. Please enjoy this quick video preview of what's on the way.
If I was back in my 20s, like, I would definitely just be... I had days where I did, like, outside of work, I would just do nothing but, like, play games infinitely and do nothing else. Lusa Nargacuga. Is that the thing that I thought looked like a wolf?
Update scheduled for August 2022.
The different Nargacuga. This thing looks fucking awesome.
This monster will be a part of the first free title update to come to Sunbreak post-launch.
It's funny because like regular Nargacuga kind of looks like a panther. This one looks more like a wolf, I guess, or wolf-like.
Including additional monsters, variants, and more. Our title update release schedule is as follows. The second title update is planned for a fall 2022 release. The third title.
Oh, they have they always have so much content. It's hard to keep up with Monster Hunter. They are always like, you never.
They will include additional monsters and other elements. We hope you'll check them out.
I was told also the way they're releasing content for Rise is a lot better compared to World. Just so that there isn't so much of a lull between content, I guess. That's the thing too, like I played through the end of World and I played like most of the DLC, and then there was such a long fucking wait before Iceborne. Aww. Oh, those are so cute. But there was such a long wait for Icebreak that I ended up not Icebreak, Iceborne, that like by the time it came out I was like kind of already invested in like some other games. I just felt like I was so behind on Monster Hunter. Like I stopped playing it, and then like the addiction kind of died. So I would like to get to it eventually, but who knows when that'll happen. It'll probably be like another Monster Hunter game by the time I catch up to any of this. So all right, what's this gonna be? Street Fighter. Okay. Well, I don't have much to say about this. I'm not that great at fighting games, but I do enjoy them. Like, I played the older Street Fighter games, like the 2D ones, and some of the early 3D ones. I haven't really bothered to play any of the new generation ones. Like since what, PS3 era. This is the open world thing is really fucking cool though. When they showed this, I thought it was like some sort of Final Fight thing, or some sort of like you know how they had like scrolling beat 'em ups, but doing it in like an open world style. Also, this is cool. Like, so you have another way to access the classics. Red Aerith is another. See, this is the thing. Capcom focuses on Street Fighter a lot, and there are so many other fighters that Capcom has done. There's Red Earth, there's Darkstalkers. At least, I don't know if they made a new Darkstalkers, but I think some of the characters show up in like the, I mean, they show up in Marvel vs. Capcom. I guess that's their way of putting the characters together so they don't have to make separate fighting games for them. I'm pretty sure Marvel vs. Capcom has Red Earth, Darkstalkers, and whatever like older fighting games that they worked on that was not Street Fighter.
Capcom Arcade Stadium has expanded. Capcom
Arcade Stadium.
Second Stadium coming July 22nd, 2022. Saturday Night Slam Masters. Magic Sword.
Magic Sword was on. I've not played some of these. There's a lot of shmups too that yeah, Neo Geo stuff. Neo Geo had a lot of like fighters and shmups as well. There's so much I missed out on.
With lots of quality of life options.
I don't know if I'd invest in this, but
All players will receive Sun
oh, Sun Sun.
when downloading the base game. The bundle featuring all 32 titles is available for pre-order now. Get Display Frame Set 1 as a bonus for pre-ordering.
Mega Man. They put Mega Man in there, really?
Capcom Arcade Stadium title Street Fighter 2: The World Warrior. Free for a limited time. We hope you try out the Capcom Arcade Stadium as well.
Well, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I like a lot of the classic Capcom stuff, so it's stuff I grew up with.
Exoprimal.
Yeah, I had no interest in this. The thing is like when they were first showing stuff of this, I was somewhat interested, and then it just, oh, I know what it was. It, like some footage before it showed like the full thing of what it actually was, I think like it kind of japed people into thinking it might have been Dino Crisis related, but nope. It's some, what is this, like a multiplayer shooter, but sci-fi, and there's dinosaurs.
Ongoing experiment. Under my supervision, IBS Corp conducts its
I just don't.
Welcome to Bikitoa Island.
I wonder. Okay, who was? I didn't pay attention to who the staff was.
You have been selected
That's
for a
behind
live
this.
combat test. The first team
It's just Capcom trying to break into like their online multiplayer market, if they even have much of one. What the fuck?
history.
Just like with Ariverse, which I don't have any interest in either. It just looks like a cash grab. I don't like cash grabs, and I'm not into like shit like this.
The other. You seek to evolve, yet you do not.
I'm sure somebody like. Here's the thing. Why play this or you play Monster Hunter if you want to fight things that are like dinosaurs? I guess if it's just if you want like the sci-fi element, but
The exosuit. At IBS, we're always reaching for better.
some of the characters remind me of
Humanity
what's that fucking? I can't think of it.
interesting variable. Within your behavior lies the answer. What is variable?
Well, a plethora of sci-fi games with PvP elements.
Fight and die.
Just I don't even know. Who's behind this, I wonder? Who are the devs doing this kind of shit? That'll tell me. Like, I know, based on who's involved in this, I could tell you why they put something like this out.
The unstoppable raptor horde. Calculating chance of employee retention. Chance calculated at 8.7%. You must fight harder than ever if you wish to survive. A more grueling combat experiment is called for.
They're like,
You will now
the dinosaurs in this are like fucking Zerglings, except dinosaurs. That's what they remind me of. Zerg dinosaurs. The thing is, I know them showing this pissed Dino Crisis fans off, because Dino Crisis fans have been wanting a remake of some kind, and then they do this kind of shit, and it's just like, what? You spend your resources on
You
this?
enjoyed the trailer. Now, I will get into more detail about the game. Developed by Ideas Corporation, Leviathan is a next-gen AI that guides players throughout Exoprimal via voice navigation and augmented reality displays. Leviathan appears before players as a
Oh no,
massive
maybe
human-like figure
people will be
born
interested
to
in this. I just think that Capcom's much better at single player. And I mean, there's stuff like you know, let's exclude like fighters, because they obviously have like an online mode and everything, and you know, there's stuff like mercenaries in past Resident Evil games, which okay, actually no, there was a raid mode had in Resident Evil had a multiplayer element, which was good, but like everything else that they try to dip into when it comes to multiplayer just ends up having a lot of problems. I'm thinking of like the one. There's like Umbrella Corps, what the fuck was that? Operation Raccoon City, what the fuck was the other thing? The thing that came out after Village was released, I think, or Resident Evil 2 Remake, I can't remember. That just kind of like died out. It seems like anytime they try and do like, if it's outside of Monster Hunter, if they try and do anything multiplayer that's outside of Monster Hunter, it just is very hit and miss. So, and I don't like Capcom for multiplayer stuff. Like, say for Monster Hunter, because Monster Hunter is like one of their games that has like the best multiplayer experience, in my opinion. Anything else though, shooters or whatever, when they try to dip into multiplayer shooters, it's just kind of like, there's like better stuff you could be playing, honestly.
Based on players' progression through the game. The experience will be different every time you play, even in matches with familiar surroundings and objectives. By playing Dino Survival, you will learn
Dino Survival. Oh.
and also earn rewards such as experience points to increase your player and exosuit levels. We'll provide more details about this at a later date.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna have to see who developed this.
We showed 2 new exosuits today. Barrage is an assault role exosuit. It uses explosives to set areas ablaze and bombards enemies with ricochet grenades.
I mean, I'm sure it will be fun.
It wields a destructive railgun to snipe from long range. We have even more exosuits to share with you in the future, so look forward to upcoming announcements.
Considering this is kind of like a wave.
For today.
What do you call those? There's a specific genre where you fight against waves of enemies.
Welcome to my research facility.
So maybe it will be fun, but it's not my thing.
Conducting a closed network test for Exoprimal. Players will be able to try the game ahead of release.
I'm sure there's probably going to be some people out there that are not happy about dinosaurs being massacred in great numbers like that.
Sign up to participate today. The closed network test will allow you to experience dino survival before the game's launch next year. We look forward to having you join in. That's all for today.
All right, Capcom, give me something to be excited about, please.
2023.
I've been a little burnt out of Resident Evil, but I'm still, like, they teased Resident Evil 4 Remake, which I thought I wasn't even going to be interested in. I was like, oh no, Resident Evil 4 doesn't need a remake. It doesn't necessarily. You have the Ultra HD product, which I really like, but based on what they showed, oh shit, never mind.
Celebrated its 10th anniversary.
Dragon's Dogma I am definitely interested in, but I still actually need to beat Dark Arisen. I've played through the OG version of Dragon's Dogma, but I haven't like completely gotten through the Dark Arisen content yet.
Everyone, I'm Hideaki Itsuno, game director at
Here's the thing, like you can't.
We celebrated
They have the 10th
anniversary of Dragon's Dogma.
anniversary. Are they even gonna like
Thank you for joining us in this celebration.
release like new content related to Dragon's Dogma at all?
Spread to various different
Like, are you guys working on a new game? Because that would be good.
Expansion to digital comics and a Netflix original.
I haven't watched a Netflix series either. They had an MMO.
We'll be releasing a video celebrating 10
Huh.
years of Dragon's Dogma, talking about how and what Dragon's Dogma came to be. So whether you're a longtime fan or just curious about the series, we'll have something for you to enjoy.
I am suspecting
Check it out.
they may not announce anything
So much.
right now, but this I have a feeling the thing is it's only been one game, right?
And now,
And
updates from the Resident Evil
they had an MMO that was Japan only to expand on it, and then they had other stuff. So I have a feeling that they might be working on another one.
Thanks to all of our fans, Village has sold over 6 million units worldwide.
Yeah, Village.
Everyone on the team is incredibly happy.
I
to see so many
enjoyed
people enjoy the game.
most of Village except for the ending. After Heisenberg, it kind of fell off for me, but for the most part, it was enjoyable.
People around the world. Longtime fans
It was very RE4-like.
Resident Evil to enjoy this storied franchise.
So I imagine something told me they were kind of like testing grounds for doing the Resident Evil 4 remake, because what they showed of RE4 remake had Village vibes, and Village of course has Resident Evil 4 vibes. So yeah, I didn't care for Rose, by the way. I know like that's the basis of Village, is the whole thing with Rose, but like she's Sherry 2.0, and it's like we already have Sherry. We don't need like another superpowered like girl being held by the government now. So I'm just like,
Want to live a normal life.
are they gonna, is it DLC? Are they having DLC that involves her? Is that what's going on here? Oh, it's her.
Something just moved on her hand. Shut up. What's going on?
Are we gonna be playing as her? Or what? So what?
You look just like me.
What the fuck? And so what? Is she like revisiting? What? Capcom, what the fuck is this? I'm so confused. Like, she's a baby. So what, she just goes back when she's older? She was a baby, right? Well, fucking finally, because Mercy, here's the thing. should have had characters. When they added they had a mercenaries mode to Village. They called it mercenaries, but it did not have any other characters with it. It was just Ethan, and so I was like, why call it mercenaries if you only have one fucking character? And only 4 characters. Come on, Capcom, you could add more. That DLC confused the fuck out of me. By the way, where's the Ada? Where's the Ada shit that people thought that they were gonna do a thing with, huh? Because Ada was originally planned to be in this game, and I guess, like, you know... Like, what the fuck is the Rose thing? It's like... I don't know how to feel about that. Like, it's like, oh, I mean, I'm already not interested in Rose. It's like, okay, she's a child that you eventually do all the stuff so that you can reacquire the baby, right? And then Ethan kind of does his thing, and then, like, shit happens to him, and then she ends up with the government. So what? Does she, like, decide to go back to the castle and...
Players that have already experienced Ethan's journey can enjoy the new perspective and animations
to find out stuff herself again, to rediscover her origins. I don't know. Seems kind of lazy to me. Because it's just, oh, it's new DLC, but it's just gonna be her, like, going back to the same areas in the castle, and they'll probably have use a lot of the same enemies. I mean, this is fine. Playing as Lady D is great. I will play that.
The 3rd edition is one you've surely been waiting for.
Not really. I was hoping for Ada. I think everyone was hoping for DLC that had the Ada that they planned to have in this. So
main character in this new story mode. In this sequence of the story of Village, you can experience Rose's struggle with
here's the thing.
Powers she was born with.
Just like Sherry. Well, this is another thing that pisses me off, because they could have been doing more with Sherry.
A girl who looks just like her. In this mysterious realm of consciousness, time and space is warped beyond recognition. Rose is
that looked like a location that they reused from Resident Evil 2 remake.
With removing her powers.
Like, the thing is, I mean, this is cool. Third person is fine. Like, this is actually cool that they're doing third person. I don't know if they plan to add... I thought someone said they plan to add third person to main game, but I don't know. I don't know, guys. I don't know if I... It just kind of... It's just one of those things that pisses me off, because they could have been bringing back older characters, so... Oh, okay, so they do have third person mode. Ooh. God, would I play base game again in third person, I wonder? I might do that. Why is the color on this so fucking saturated? What the fuck is going on here? I'm not interested in Ari Burst also. Just, I don't know.
Already announced. We are working on making the main story of Village available on Mac, so that even more people can enjoy Resident Evil. In addition, the main story of Village is planned to be playable on PlayStation VR 2.
Yeah, it's, you know, that's another thing that kind of irritates me, is that, sadly, even 7 is stuck on PlayStation VR. And I wish these would come to Steam VR instead of being exclusive to PlayStation VR. I think you have fucking RE4 on the Oculus, locked to the not Oculus, on the Quest 2. So it's like very cool, Capcom. Just fuck your PC players. I know you wanted those console exclusives. Gotta give people a reason to buy them, I guess. This is Resident Evil 4 remake. Here's the thing, people worried, now Capcom actually, the main team for Resident Evil, this was started by the M1 team, which worked on RE3 remake, and there's some shit related to that team that's not good, and Capcom's main Resident Evil team grabbed it from them and took over development, which is a good thing. So it might be the people involved in Village, and like people were worried. This looks good, but people were worried they would like it might be too serious and they'd remove the camp. But Village had quite a bit of camp in it, so I'm sure as long as they don't like fuck with certain characters.
Guess you, me, picked the wrong spot to vacation, eh?
I mean, hey, Lewis has got some corny lines already. I think that's a good sign. This looks fucking beautiful, by the way. Like, I know the Ultra HD project does a wonderful job of doing like all the textures and undoing like the brownness of Resident Evil 4. But this is basically taking elements of the beta, the Castle Illusion Fog version of Resident Evil 4, and mixing it with like the 4 that we got. So I'm really interested.
If I could just forget what happened that night. The pain.
God, he looks like shit. Holy crap. He looks like he hasn't slept in days.
Can be different.
So yeah, even his look, they're basing his look off of the beta, the early version of Resident Evil 4, which is pretty cool.
Hi everyone, I'm Yasuhiro Anpo, director of
Oh,
Resident
Ampo,
Evil.
yeah. Ampo is...
Chiaki Hirabayashi, producer of Resident
These
Evil
are
4.
old-time devs.
Title is a reimagining of Resident Evil 4.
So if they're actually involved in this, that actually gives me a lot of hope.
Similar to other
So
titles in the series, we are carefully
I like
designing
Ampo
the
especially.
title special, while updating it with modern flourishes for
I
everyone
think,
to enjoy when it launches in 2023. Today, we'll reintroduce a bit of the game's story.
I have a lot of concept art books and stuff where Ampo makes a lot of notes on the characters and things like that.
Depicted in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 3,
He's been involved in the series for a
character of
long
the game,
time,
Leon
so...
S. Kennedy survived the Raccoon City incident and was assigned as an agent
I have
directly
my,
under the President of the United States. Leon is dispatched to a quiet village in
I
Europe.
enjoyed our Resident Evil 2 remake, but there were a lot of things I did not agree with, that I felt were kind of lackluster, like boss fights and certain like things that they changed story-wise that I didn't really like, and certain character changes. So I'm unconsciously optimistic for this. Like, I'm not gonna completely dismiss it like I was before. I'll keep my mind open. It looks gorgeous. Of course, another thing that happened when they showed the teaser for this is people complaining that they didn't focus on Code Veronica compared to this. And I agree that this game didn't necessarily need a remake. Like, you know, Code Veronica's older. I am very on the fence about Code Veronica being remade, though.
Of course, there will also be thrilling battles.
The way the visual style of this, it looks wonderful. It reminds me of Bloodborne. Bloodborne always gave me kind of like the RE4 vibe, so this also looking like Bloodborne is a good sign.
Information on the game.
Resident Evil 4 is being developed
But anyways, I'll definitely keep my eyes open for this. I actually am more interested in this than I was the RE3 remake. The RE3 remake was a fucking shit show, so I'm kind of glad that the main RE development team grabbed this from the M1 team. RE3, oof. I don't know what that was. Anyways, my thoughts on the Code Veronica thing is that I think visually Code Veronica definitely needs to be updated. And of course I streamed it last year, and I had to take I had rose-tinted glasses about it for a while, and then coming back to it and streaming was not a good time. I realized that it had a lot of faults, and that's something that could be improved upon in a remake. My only issue is that the story is something I would not want fucked with, and I feel like if they remake Code Veronica, that if they did it just like they kind of have been doing with their other remakes, that it would just... They would butcher... I fear that they would butcher a lot of stuff and make changes that old time fans to not agree with. Like, Code Veronica is like one of those things you really, I don't know. Like, you have Darkside Chronicles, which was sort of like a retelling of the older games in like a shortened rail shooter form. And they, even in that, they sort of they retold Code Veronica in that, and there was some good stuff about that retelling. But there was also some changes in like story stuff that people did not agree with. So I don't know. If they remade Code Veronica, the story stuff, you would have to be really careful. The problem with like Resident Evil 2 remake is that there's some story stuff in it that they kind of were already tying, just like one or two things that they were already tying to Code Veronica, so that were changed. So, you know, it's slightly worrisome.
Current gen features including support for 4K, high frame rate.
Yeah, I don't have a PS5, so this doesn't really affect me. So we're releasing this stuff for PS5, right? And Xbox, new Xbox. I have them on PC, except for 3.
PlayStation 4 and Xbox One players can enjoy a free digital upgrade to current gen via the digital upgrade program and smart delivery. For PC users,
It's already been 30 minutes. Okay, so this is the last thing that they're showing then, because I think this is like a 35-minute presentation.
Welcome to the family. That's all for today's announcements.
I would say it's probably a good thing I didn't even bother to stream this. There's some interesting stuff in there.
We hope you're as excited as we are.
You know, I can't. The Monster Hunter stuff looks great, obviously. I don't know when I'll get to it. I don't know how to feel about the Resident Evil Village DLC. Maybe I'll give it a chance, but I don't like Rose as a character. Because there's, like I said, there's so many other characters. She's just Sherry 2.0, and it pisses me off so much because poor Sherry is an important character, you know, to the older series, and they don't even fucking use the older characters. They don't even revisit them. And poor Sherry, like, even, you know, Sherry showed up in Resident Evil 6, got overshadowed by fucking Jake, like Wesker's fucking son, which didn't even need to exist because they had Alex Wesker, but they didn't bother to cover Alex until like after that in a fucking side game, which is also just, I don't know. Revelations 2 was good, and I like the thing with Alex, but they didn't need. Resident Evil 6 was a shit show, anyways. But yeah, poor Sherry gets overshadowed by Jake in a way, and unfortunately she showed up in a game that is very divisive and just all over the fucking place. So I don't know if I'm gonna touch that DLC or not. I'll give it a chance, perhaps. Mercenaries I might actually play because, you know, that's what I was hoping for in the beginning when they had a Mercenaries mode. Let me pause this here. Is that they actually, you know, if you're gonna put a Mercenaries in a Resident Evil game, it needs to have more characters. Why the fuck would you have just one? Like, that's, you know, I enjoyed it. It was fun, but like, you know, they should have added more characters back then. And then Resident Evil 4 Remake looks very interesting. I think that's probably the thing I'm most interested in. Like I said, thought I wasn't even going to bother looking at it before. Because, you know, Resident Evil 4, I was like, Resident Evil 4, just like other people, doesn't need a remake. We have the Ultra HD project, which is very good. By the way, you should still check that out. Definitely do it. They finished it, so I need to check that out myself because it's absolutely gorgeous. It's amazing the work that went into the Ultra HD product. It enhances the experience of the OG Resident Evil 4. And I'm open to the remake since it looks like it incorporates. They're obviously incorporating elements of early versions of RE4. The different like the betas and stuff. So I'll keep my mind open for that. All right. What do I give this presentation? It was a little I wouldn't say there's anything I got like stupendously excited about. So I don't know, maybe like a 5 out of 10, 6 out of 10. I don't know. It was okay. It wasn't bad. It was, there was some stuff that were good in there. So it is what it is. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed the reaction video. I'm gonna head out.